Hi, welcome to Zydoxer. I upload around 3 videos a week, so please subscribe so you don't miss any. Today I'm looking at Johnny Somali, who has recently appeared again in a South Korean court and found out he's stuck in Korea for a very long time. So, most of us know who Johnny Somali is, but for those who don't, here's a bit of an overview. So, Somali's real name is Ramzi Khalid Ismail, and he turned 25 years old on the 26th of September this year. There are conflicting reports on his earlier life. What we do know is that he was born and raised in Arizona in the United States. However, Somali claims that his early childhood, he was a child soldier in the ongoing Somali civil war and a Somalian pirate. Also, he claimed that he graduated from Arizona State University and he was a financial worker and a real estate manager. Whatever his early life is, really is irrelevant. What we do know is that he is now one of the most hated viral streamers in the world. A convicted criminal and a self-proclaimed internet troll. He's known for his provocative and hostile behaviour while travelling overseas. He started his streaming career on Twitch in 2023, of which he was soon banned. Then he moved to Kick, which he was banned from in May 2024. Then Rumble, and you guessed it, he was banned from that, so moved to Party, and then banned. He's currently banned from all streaming platforms, which has now left him no way of earning any money. Now, Somali's content has solely been about causing as much disruption and disrespect as possible in mainly Asian countries. In 2023 in Japan, he continuously made anti-Japanese taunts towards locals, which included comments about the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He did harass locals and businesses and trespassed on a hotel construction site. He was arrested and held in custody on the 19th of December 2023, and a guilty verdict for conspiracy of obstruction of business was reached on the 10th of January 2024. He was fined 200,000 yen and had to leave the country. After Japan, he went to Israel, where on the 5th of April 2024, he live streamed at the Western Wall in Jerusalem. He filmed himself attaching images of Harvey Weinstein, Aidan Ross, and Jeffrey Epstein to the wall. And on the 7th of April 2024, he was arrested at a protest in Tel Aviv for sexual harassment of a female officer, and he was then later released. So between April 2024 and September 2024, Somali continued to travel and stream in Asian countries such as Thailand, Indonesia and Bali, causing chaos everywhere he went. Then, September 2024, he made his biggest mistake. He went to South Korea. A quick rundown of what has led to his arrest and detention in Korea are as follows. He played loud North Korean music and a speech by Kim Jong-un on the subway and on a bus in Seoul. He kissed and lap danced on the Statue of Peace. He threw noodles around a shop, made sexist comments towards female shop workers. He harassed people on the street, used text-to-speech app targeting minors with explicit content, which are deemed as child sexual harassment. All this led to Somali being arrested and being barred from leaving South Korea. This, however, it hasn't stopped him behaving like a complete dick, thus opening the possibility of more charges being added against him at some point. Now, before I get into his recent court hearing, please like and subscribe so I can continue to cover this sort of content. Thank you. Okay, on with 29th of October 2025. Somali was back in court, but this hearing was not a sentencing hearing. It was solely for witness statements. However, one of the witnesses, called Bong Bong, did not turn up. She is at present in Australia, and it seems she's planning on going to India next. So the court set a date of the 11th of February 2026, and that is literally just for Bong Bong to return to Korea and give her witness statement. Nothing else will be done in that hearing. It is just for her statement. So Somali did ask the judge for an expedited sentencing, as he'd like to leave Korea to be with his distressed family. This is the family that has cut him off, so let's just bear that in mind. However, the judge basically, he laughed at him and told him that they've had foreign nationals going through the court process in South Korea that take up to 6 years, so he can't expect to go anywhere soon. So I'm going to list now the charges against Somali and whether he's pled guilty or not, and the maximum jail term for each offence. So the first is interference of a business, count 1, and he's pled guilty to that, and he faces a maximum of 5 years in prison. Second is interference of a business, count 2, and that again is maximum of 5 years in prison, and he's pled guilty to that. Third, interference of a business, count 3, again he's pled guilty, maximum 5 years. Fourth, interference of a business, count 4, again he's pled guilty, maximum 5 years. Then fifth, Minor Crimes Act, count 1, which is a maximum of 30 days, and he's pled guilty to that. Sixth is Minor Crimes Act, count 2, which is again maximum of 30 days, and he's pled guilty to that. Then seventh, we've got Special Act of Sexual Violence Crimes, count 1, and that is a sentence of maximum 10.5 years, but he's pled not guilty to that. And then eighth, Special Act of Sexual Violence Crimes, count 2, and that again he's pled not guilty to, and that carries a sentence of a maximum of 10.5 years. So for the crimes he's pled guilty for, he could face, from the way I'm reading it, up to 20 years and 2 months. And then if you add on the 2 he's pled not guilty to, that could be another 30 years in prison on top of that. Now, I'm not sure how South Korea adds up, does the sentencing. Do they add them together? Or do they just give them one sentence? So, for example, the ones he's pled guilty to are a 5-year maximum jail term each, which would add up to 20. But does South Korea award the 20 years, or do they just award 5 years for all of them? Not sure how they do it, but however that they do it, he's not leaving Korea anytime soon. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments. What punishment do you think he should get? How do you think he's going to earn some money now that he's banned from all streaming platforms? this is not an AI channel, so please support by subscribing for a human voice. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me in the next video. Bye for now.